Here we have the Ultimate Survival Technologies Blastmatch. This is a one-handed fire sparker. It comes in their 2 premium kits. They have a smaller version called the Sparky, and so we're going to test it out. It's the first time I've used one, so curious to see how it works. I played with it a little bit here, and it throws out some sparks, and they actually burn for a little while. So that's not just a standard steel rod. Whatever material it throws off, they burn for about a second, so enhances your fire making. So let's see what it does here. And here we're just using some little pieces of dry grass and a little bark, and you see how easy that was. Now you just have to keep your fire going, but the Ultimate Blastmatch, it works. Okay, here we're using the Blastmatch again. This time we put, I get in front of the screen here, a wet Firestarting tinder in the center there. It's made by Ultimate Survival Technologies also. So we'll see how quick it sparks up with that. Because with that, you don't have to have as much tinder. So we'll give her a try here. You might move your other hand. I don't want to get a spark on your other hand there.
You think it's going to blow up that much?
Well, no. I mean, just that thing throws sparks. There, the cube got going. It took a few strikes, which is why we're out here practicing this, in a non-crucial situation. But like I said, that'll allow you to get your fire going. So you use less tinder and put some bigger stuff on there, and you'll have a fire pretty quick. So thumbs up to the Blastmatch and the wet fire tinder. Okay, here we're trying the second method. This is a Zippo Emergency Fire Starter Kit. It has a flint and then has cotton impregnated with what I understand is wax. So I took one of those out, kind of spread it around. So you just turn the flint. And we got fire. So that method seems to work pretty good too. Pretty easy, and these cotton things are supposed to work when they're wet too, since they have the wax. So far we're 2 for 2. We're going to go for the third method here in a second. Okay, here we're going with the old school method, magnesium and flint. I'm going to try the flint only first. Our tinder material, we got a little bit of dried tumbleweed. We are here in the Midwest in Kansas. Some dried bark, so we'll Okay, I'll say with the flint, I think I got a little something going. But if you're going to be using flint only, I would suggest more small material like this tumbleweed and less of the bark. So now I'm going to go so I can get a little magnesium shavings in there. Like I said, the flint would have worked. I think I should have backed up a little more because I was throwing sparks on the cameraman's pants beyond my tinder pile. Now, if you see the other two methods, personally, I've used magnesium and flint before, but it's a pain in the butt to scrape the magnesium. And really, it's a good idea. You see me here, I'm trying to not disturb my tinder pile. So if you're going to use this method, I would suggest scraping your magnesium first and getting a little pile of it, and then getting together your tinder pile. So we'll see if that helped. I'll get a little more distance here so I can kind of aim these sparks a little better. Like I said, I may not have enough magnesium, or it may have spread out too much. There we go. Like I said, it's a little more work than the other two methods, but it's cheaper because of magnesium and flint. You know, they start about $5, and those other products, I think the Zippo's 15 to 20, and that's about what the Blastmatch is. But there's three fire starting methods. We aren't going to use any friction methods, bow and string, or anything like that, because we aren't that energetic, and we do embrace technology. You know, we're out here just having a little fun camping. We aren't bushcrafting, so.
And the fact that we hiked in here 2 miles with 40-pound packs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. When you're camping, you want the easiest method possible, particularly if you're exerting a lot of energy. You know, building your camp, because we set up a fire ring, we collected rocks, we set up our shelters, and until you really do it, you know, you don't realize how much time and energy that takes. So, you know, when it comes down to starting your fire, you know, modern fire starting aids are definitely worth the money because they minimize the energy you expend. Because you can't really buy a modern fire ring. I mean, you got to go collect wood, you got to collect rock, and there's no easy way around that. So if you have an easy way to start your fire, I would suggest use modern fire starting methods. So here's 3 that work great. Thanks. Okay, the last fire starting method we have here is the Tool Logic, I think it's the SL3. It's a survival knife and has a built-in ferro rod or flint. So you can keep this, you have a knife, but then you also have a fire starting method handy. So the ferro rod just slides in the top of it there, and you slide it out and you're ready to go. So let's see how well it works. It worked pretty good. We got a runaway fire here on this one. You'll notice on that try we used a little more of the tumbleweed because it's a lot finer, and it's really good for getting your fire started. It makes great tinder. So there was number 4, the Tool Logic survival knife. Like I said, all 4 of them got us flame, and fairly easy. A lot better than a.
Got a whistle.
Oh, and it also has a survival whistle that just got my dog's attention. So, well-rounded survival tool from Tool Logic.